Welcome back to my channel Miss Medicine. If you are new here, subscribe to the channel and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. This is part 4 of Croc 2 2018. So the question is, a 48-year-old woman complains of pain in the lumbar area which irradiates to her left leg and aggravates on movement and sensation of numbness in this leg. Objectively, palpation of her shin and thigh is painful. There are painful stretch symptoms of on the left and gastrocnemius cramps. There is no sensory loss or weakening of the reflex responses. Make the diagnosis. The answer is vertebrogenous lumbar scialgia on the left. Next question. A 3-day-old infant with hyperbilirubinemia developed disturbances manifesting as periodical excitation and convulsions against the background of inertness, hypotension, and hypodynamia, and inhibition of uncontrolled reflexes, convergent strabismus, rotational nystagmus, and setting single eye phenomenon. What is the most likely cause of such symptoms? The answer is bilirubin encephalopathy because infant having hyperbilirubinemia. Next question. A woman undergoing inpatient treatment for viral hepatitis B developed headache, nausea, recurrent vomiting, memory lapses, flattening tremor of her hands, rapid pulse, sweet smell from the mouth is detected. Body temperature is 37.6, heart rate 89 per minute. What complication developed in this patient? The answer is acute liver failure because patient had viral hepatitis and its complication is acute liver failure. Next question is, a patient with chronic pancreatitis complains of diarrhea occurring up to 5 times per day, no blood traces, loss of body weight, abdominal distension, dryness of skin, loss of hair, thirst, bleeding gums, convulsions. CBC shows leukocytes 5.8, HB86, ESR 15, blood protein test, total protein 48, albumin 28. What indications of coprologically analysis would accompany this syndrome? This is steatorrhea and keratoria. Presence of fat and creatine in feces. Next question. A 43-year-old woman complains of persistent stomachache with recurrent pain attacks, nausea, repeated vomiting with stagnant bowel content, abdominal distension and flatulence. She has been presenting with these signs for 7 hours. Pulse is 116 per minute. The tongue is dry and brown. The abdomen is symmetrically distended, soft, painful percussion reveals tympanitis. On auscultation, there are bowel sounds with metallic overtones, splashing and dripping. Make the diagnosis acute intestinal obstruction. Next question. After overexposure to cold, a 45-year-old woman developed acute pain in her suprapubic and lumbar areas during urination. Sharp pains at the end of the urination, false urges to urinate. Urine is turbid with blood streaks. The doctor suspects UTI. What results of laboratory analysis would be the most indication of such infection? The answer is presence of leukocyturia and gross hematuria. Next question. A 15-year-old adolescent girl came to the gynecologist with complaints of painful menstruations that are accompanied by nausea, vomiting, dizziness. Her menarche was at 12. Menstruations became painful since she was 14, remain regular. What treatment should be prescribed in this case? We will prescribe her painkillers, antispasmodics, and antiprostaglandin therapy. Next question. A 38-year-old patient has been delivered by an ambulance to a surgical department with complaints of general weakness, indisposition, and black stool. On examination, the patient is pale. There are dotted hemorrhages on the skin of his torso and extremities. On digital investigation, there are black feces on the glove, thrombocytopenia. So the answer is thrombocytopenic purpura because of dotted hemorrhages on the torso and extremities and thrombocytopenia. Next point, a 35-year-old patient developed an epileptic attack with tonic-clonic spasm that lasted for 3 minutes. After the attack, the patient fell asleep, but in 5 minutes the second attack occurred. The first step of emergency aid would be to ensure patiency of the airways. We always start with the airway, ABC, airway, breathing, and then circulation. Next question, a young woman suffering from seborrhea oleosa has numerous light brown and white spots on the skin on her torso and shoulders. The spots have clear margins, brainy discrimination, no itching. What provisional diagnosis can be made? The answer is tiriasis versicolor, means different colors of the patches or spots. Next question, a patient is 28 years old. He has been suffering from mental disorders since he was 22. His current condition has changed acutely for 3 days. The patient has been refusing to leave his. He claims that there is telepathy occurring between him and the other people through which he receives thoughts of strangers and transmits his own thoughts for everyone to hear. He thinks his thoughts and actions are manipulated through this telepathy. Make the preliminary diagnosis. The answer is paranoid schizophrenia. Next question, a 3-year-old child present with sharp deterioration of this general condition. He has a history of purulent otitis. His temperature is 38.5. The left leg is pressed to the torso. Active movements are absent. The lower third of the thigh and the knee joint are thickened, hyperemic with localized fever. Axial load leads to acute discomfort of the patient. What is the most likely diagnosis? Epiphyseal osteomyelitis on the left. Okay, next question. A 19-year-old student was urgently hospitalized due to marked dyspnea and chest pain on the left. Her body temperature is 38.8. She has been presenting with these signs for 3 days. Respiratory rate 42. Shallow percussion sound is dull on the left from the center of the scapula. No respiration can be outwards by 3 cm. Embryocardia and heart rate of 110 are observed. Palpation of the right subcostal area is painful. What urgent measures should be taken in this case? We will do urgent thoracocentesis, which is done in pleural effusion. Next question, a 20-year-old woman, Gravida 2 para 1, has been in labor for 4 hours. Her condition is satisfactory. Moderately painful contractions occur every 3 minutes and last for 35 to 40 seconds. The waters have not burst yet. The fetus is in longitudinal position. Fetal heartbeats are 136 per minute, clear and rhythmic. Major segment of the fetal head is engaged to the pelvic inlet. Vaginal examination shows smooth cervix of 6 cm. Amniotic sac is intact. Sagittal suture is in the left oblique diameter. Occipital fontanelle is in the right near the symphysis pubis. What stage of the labor is it? This is active stage of the first stage of the normal labor because there is contractions in every 3 minutes and it lasts for 35 to 40 seconds, and there is also smooth cervix opening, 6 cm, amniotic sac intact, and sagittal suture is in the left oblique diameter. Occipital fontanelle is on the right near the symphysis pubis. That's why active phase of the first stage. Next question, a 1.5-month-old child on breastfeeding presents with birth with daily vomiting, irregular liquid foamy feces and flatulence which are resistant to antibacterial and probiotic therapy. No increase of body mass is observed. The child's condition improved when breast milk was substituted. Child cannot digest milk, so he have lactase deficiency. Next question, a 72-year-old man complains of lower extremity edema, sensation of heaviness in the right subcostal area, dyspnea on rest. For over 25 years, he has been suffering from COPD, orthopnea, jugular venous distension, diffuse cyanosis, acrocyanosis, barrel chest is observed. On percussion, there is visible vesiculotympanic panmox resonance, sharply weakened vascular respiration on both sides, moist crepitant and crackles in the lower segments of the lungs. Heart sounds are weakened. The second intercostal is accentuated over the pulmonary artery. The liver is 3 cm. What complicated the chronic course of COPD in this patient? The answer is chronic pulmonary hurt, which is also known as cor pulmonale. Next question is, a burn victim with flame burns of the 3 AB and 4 degrees on his face, neck and anterior surface of the thorax was brought into the admission room. The hairs in his nostrils are burned, his labile and glossal mucosa are grey-white. The voice is hoarse, respirations are frequent and shallow. The patient has trumpet-like cough that produces soot-streaked sputum. The signs of respiratory failure were progressing while the patient was being transported into intensive care unit. What emergency care must be provided to this patient? We will do intubation of the trachea and the mechanical ventilation. Next question, a 72-year-old man with pneumonia complains of marked dyspnea, chest pain, severe cough with expectoration. Temperature is 39.5 to 40 degrees Celsius. No urination for a whole day. The patient is conscious. Respiratory rate is 36 per minute. Over the right lower pulmonary lobe, percussion sound is stir. On auscultation, there is bronchial respiration and numerous moist crackles. Blood pressure 80/60. Heart rate is 120. Heart sounds are muffled. There is tachycardia. What tactics should the family doctor choose in the management of this patient? We will do hospitalization into intensive care unit because his BP is very low and the patient is unstable. Next question, estimation of community health level involved analysis of a report on diseases registered among the population of district under charge. Reporting from 12. What index is calculated based on this report? The answer is prevalence, means past disease and present illness. We will check. Next question, a 72-year-old woman suffers from diabetes mellitus type 2. Concomitant diseases are stage 2 hypertension and stage 2B heart failure. She takes metformin. Hypertensive crisis had occurred the day before after the patient developed extreme weakness, myalgias, thirst, dry mouth, polyuria. BP is 140/95, heart rate 95, no edema or no smell of acetone. Stop metformin and prescribe short-acting insulin. Lactic acidosis is the side effect of metformin. Next question, the body of a 24-year-old woman with probable signs of poisoning has been found on the street. Forensic medical examination was requested by an investigator during examination of the site and the body. According to the criminal procedure code currently in force in Ukraine, forensic medical examination is required when it is necessary to determine the cause of death. Next question, it is the third day after the normal term labor. The infant is rooming in which the mother undergoes on breastfeeding. The mother's general condition is satisfactory. Temperature 36.4, heart rate 80 per minute, blood pressure 120/80. Mammary glands are soft and painless. Lactation is moderate, unrestricted milk flow. The uterus is dense. The uterine fundus is located by 3 fingers, width below the navel. Lochia are sanguine, serous, moderate in volume. Assess the dynamic of uterine involution. It is physiological involution. Lochia. Next question, a 27-year-old man was hospitalized in severe condition 50 minutes after receiving a penetrating wound to the left side of the chest. The patient is in stupor. His skin is pale and acrocyanotic. Pulse 120 per minute. Poor volume and weak. Blood pressure 80/40. Heart sounds are muffled. Cardiac borders are marked expanded. In the third intercostal area along the parasternal line on the left, there is a stab incised wound. Plain chest X-ray shows enlarged heart shadow with smoothed out waist of the heart. There is hemothorax on the fifth rib. What contributes to the most of the severity of the patient condition is cardiac tamponade. Next question. A 59-year-old patient suffering from hypertension was developed to the hospital with complaints of acute headache, nausea, recurrent vomiting. On examination, she presents with acute meningeal symptom. Complex blood pressure is 185/105. What additional examination would you recommend to the patient of the first place? Is lumbar puncture. Why? Because patient is having hypertension and meningeal symptoms. Next question. During regular examination of a 2-year-old boy, he presents with enlarged left kidney, painless on palpation. The right kidney was undetectable on palpation. Excretive urography shows no contrast on the kidney. Cystoscopy detected hemiatrophy of the urinary bladder trigone. The right urethral orifice is not detected. What pathology is it? It is agenesis of the right kidney. It means absence of the right kidney. Next question. A 5-year-old child has body temperature risen up to febrile numbers, suffers from inertness, weakness. Examination revealed hemorrhage on the skin of limbs and torso. Enlargement of the cervical and axillary lymph nodes can be detected. The liver is 4 cm below the costal arc. The spleen is 6 cm below the costal arc. Blood test erythrocytes 2.3, HB60, platelets 40, leukocytes 32.8, eosinophils 1%, band neutrophils 1%, segmented neutrophils 12%, lymphocytes 46%, and monocytes 1%, blasts 40%. Blast, if there is any blast, it means acute leukemia. When blasts are more than 20%. And Duke's bleeding time test results in 9 minutes. What examination is necessary to make the diagnosis? The answer is myelogram bone marrow biopsy. Next question. A 36-year-old man complains of marked dyspnea and cardiac pain. He ascribes his disease to the case of influenza that he had 2 weeks ago. He leans forward when he is sitting. The face is swollen, cyanotic, cervical veins are swollen. Heart borders are extended on both sides. Heart sounds are muffled. Heart rate or pulse rate is 118. Blood pressure 90/60. ESR 16 mm per hour and ECG shows low voltage. X-ray shows trapezoid cardiac sulcoid, sign of pulmonary congestion. Choose the treatment tactics. The answer is pericardial puncture, pericardiocentesis. Next question. A 25-year-old patient is not married and had sexual relations with several partners. During the last 3 months, he noticed small amount of mucous secretion produced from the urethra. Periodical itching or burning pain in urethra. 2 months ago, pain in the knee joint developed. Possibility of trauma or exposure to cold is denied by the patient. During the last week, eye discomfort is noted, lacrimation and itching. What provisional diagnosis can be suggested? This is reactive arthritis. It is also known as Reiter's arthritis because patient having history of multiple partners and joint pain. Next question. A woman complains of weight gain, chills, edema, xeroderma, somnolence, difficulties with focusing. Height is 165 cm, weight is 90 kg, body proportions are of female type. Temperature 35.8, heart rate 58 per minute. Blood pressure 105/60, heart sounds weakened, bradycardia observed. Other internal organs have no alterations. Thyroid gland cannot be palpated. Milk secretions from mammary glands is observed. Hormone test revealed increased TSH and prolactin and decreased level of thyroxine. It means patients having primary hypothyroidism. Increased TSH and decrease in the T4. Next question. A 54-year-old patient complains of weakness, jaundice, itching skin. Disease onset was 1.5 months ago. Fever up to 39 degrees Celsius appeared at first with progressive jaundice. Developed 2 weeks later. On hospitalization, jaundice was severely progressed. Liver cannot be palpated. Gallbladder is enlarged and painless. Blood bilirubin is 190 and accounting mainly for direct bilirubin. Stool is echolic. What is the most likely reason for jaundice in this patient, which is mechanical jaundice? Next question. A 23-year-old man came to the surgeon with complaints of pain, redness of the skin and swelling in the area of his proximal interphalangeal joint of the third finger on the right hand. 6 days ago, he pricked his finger with a wire. Objectively, the third finger on the right hand is swollen, hyperemic, prominent in the projection of interphalangeal joint, sharply painful on touch and during movements. Finger mobility is reduced. Fluctuation sign is present. What diagnosis corresponds to the given clinical presentation is articular penetrium. Next question. A 28-year-old woman complains of nausea, stomachache, pain in her tongue, and liquid feces. 3 days ago, she ate poorly salted pike caviar. It means the diagnosis diphyllobothriasis, pike caviar. Her skin is pale, the tongue looks liquid, bald tongue. Pulse is 100 per minute with muffled heart sounds and systolic murmur over the cardiac apex. Blood pressure is 95 by 50. The liver is enlarged by 3 cm. Hemogram shows anemia, eosinophils, oval helminths. Eggs were detected in the feces. That bald tongue and hemogram shows anemia and eosinophilia. There is systolic murmur over the cardiac apex are the signs of diphyllobothriasis. Mostly bald tongue. Don't forget this. Next question. A 30-year-old woman complains of milk discharge from her breasts and no menstruation for the last 5 months. When physiologic childbirth was 4 years ago, there were no maldevelopments of mammary glands. Bimanual examination revealed diminished uterus and normal-sized ovaries. MRI shows no brain pathologies. Thyroid stimulating hormone is within normal limits and serum prolactin is high. So the answer is hyperprolactinemia because serum prolactin is high and other things are the normal. Next question. 25-year-old woman during self-examination detected a tumor in the upper external quadrant of her right mammary gland. On palpation, painless, dense, mobile growth 2 cm in diameter is detected in the mammary gland. No changes in the peripheral lymph nodes are observed. On ultrasound of the mammary gland in the upper external quadrant of the right mammary gland, there is space occupying lesions of increased echogenicity in size. It means fibrous adenoma and it is most common in the young women. Next question is a 45-year-old woman underwent 1 year ago mastectomy followed by chemo and radiation therapy. She now complains of dyspnea at rest and temperature up to 37.2. Her general condition is severe. Acrocyanosis is observed. The right side of her chest practically does not participate in respiration. Percussion reveals a dull sound below the third rib. Auscultation detects acute weakening of the respiratory sounds. Pleural puncture on the right has yielded a large amount of hemorrhagic exudate. What complication has developed in the patient? The answer is carcinomatous pleuritis because patient have history of mastectomy. She had breast cancer. Next question. A 37-year-old man suffers from attack of unconsciousness, dyspnea during physical exertion, periodical sensations of heart rate disorder. Father of the patient died suddenly at the age of 45. Heart rate is 90 per minute. Blood pressure is 140/90. On heart ultrasound, ejection fraction is 55%. Significantly, myocardium thickening of the left ventricle and interventricular septum. What drug should be prescribed for the treatment is bisoprolol. Bisoprolol or propranolol, it is a beta blocker drug. A 60-year-old man complains of discomfort when swallowing solid food, which he has been observing for a month. He changed his diet to the semi-solid food products. At first, the discomfort had abated, but later it renewed despite the change in the diet. The patient developed gaseous irritation and hoarse voice. What examination should be performed to clarify the diagnosis is, of course, esophagoscopy with the biopsy. Next question. A 22-day-old infant developed subcutaneous red nodes from 1.2 to 1.5 cm in size on the scalp. Later, the nodes separated, temperature increased up to 37.7 degrees Celsius. Intoxication symptoms appeared, regional lymph nodes enlarged, complete or CBC anemia shows anemia, leukocytosis, neurocytosis, increased ESR. What diagnosis will you make? The answer is pseudofonculosis or boils. Next question. A 32-year-old woman complains of general fatigue, low-grade fever persisting for 4 months, lumbar pain and dysuria. Anamnesis includes frequent acute respiratory diseases, overexposure to cold, Low-calorie diet, a case of pulmonary tuberculosis in childhood. Clinical urine analysis, pH is 4.8. Leukocyturia, hematuria, CBC shows leukocytosis, lymphocytosis, increased ESR. Urography includes dilatation of the renal pelvis and calyceal system of both kidneys. Foci of calcification in the projection of right kidney parenchyma. What is the most likely diagnosis? The answer is nephrotuberculosis because patient had history of tuberculosis in childhood. Next question, a 45-year-old woman came to the maternity clinic with complaints of periodical pains in her mammary glands that start one day before menstruation and stop after the menstruation on beginning. Palpations of the mammary glands detects diffuse nodes predominantly in the upper outer quadrants. What is the most likely diagnosis? Is fibrocystic mastopathy. Next question, a woman complains of temperature increase up to 39 degrees Celsius, sharp pains in her lower abdomen, and sanguine purulent discharge from her genital tracts. From her case history, it is known that 6 days ago she had underwent illegal abortion. Her blood pressure is 160, pulse is 110, abdominal rigidity, rebound tenderness, Blumberg sign, and painful palpation of the lower abdomen are observed. On bimanual examination, the uterus is enlarged up to 7 weeks of pregnancy, painful and soft. Posterior vaginal fornix overhangs make the diagnosis. The answer is pelviperitonitis. An 8-year-old girl with complaints of painful urination, frequent low volume urination, and leukocyturia was diagnosed with acute cystitis. 10 days before the disease onset, she was treated by the gynecologist for acute vulvitis. 5 days ago, she presented with mild catarrhal symptoms. Her mother ascribes the child's disease to her overexposure to cold, specify the most likely infection route is ascending. Next question, a 74-year-old patient visited a urologist with complaints of pain above the pubis and inability to urinate for 8 hours. At home, he had taken antispasmodics and had a warm bath, but no improvement occurred. Abdomen is soft and painful above the pubis. Dullness of percussion sound is observed above the pubis. Murphy's Pasternatsky sign is negative on both sides. What condition does the patient have? Acute urinary retention. Next question, an excavator operator with 20 years of work experience at the open cast ore mine undergoes regular medical examination. He presents with signs of pneumoconiosis. What type of pneumoconiosis is the most likely in this case? Ore mine contains metal dust, so the answer is sidrosis. Next question, a 55-year-old woman came to a gynecologist with complaints of leukorrhea and bloody discharge from the vagina after 5 years of menopause. Anamnesis states no pregnancies. By manual examination, the uterus and uterine appendages are without changes. During diagnostic curettage of the uterine cavity, the physician scraped off encephaloid matter. What is the most likely diagnosis in this case? The endometrial carcinoma. Next question, a 5-year-old boy complains of severe dyspnea and sensation of lack of air. The child assumes orthopenic position, presents with marked peripheral cyanosis. Drumstick fingers, nail plates resembling a clock face. The borders of cardiac dullness are bilaterally extended. Coarse systolic murmur can be detected over the whole surface of the heart and is especially pronounced in the second intercostal area on the left near the sternum. What disease can be characterized by such presentations? The answer is Fallot's tetrad. Next question, a 10-year-old boy is delivered into a polytrauma unit after he received a blunt trauma of the thorax, having fallen from the bicycle. Upon hospitalization, his blood pressure is 110/80, heart rate is 96 per minute, chest x-ray is non-contributive to the diagnosis. Echocardiogram shows free liquid in the pericardial cavity in the amount of up to 100 ml. In an hour after the hospitalization, the patient started to develop increasing signs of heart failure. Jugular venous distension decreased blood pressure down to 90/70. Tachycardia up to 120. On auscultation, muffled heart sound. What would be the primary tactics of a physician? The answer is pericardiocentesis, pericardial puncture. Next question, a patient has gradually lost consciousness The skin is pale and dry. There is smell of ammonia from the mouth. So the answer is uremic coma. And the signs of uremic coma are smell of ammonia from the mouth, respirations are deep and noisy, heart sounds are muffled, pericardial friction rub is present, blood pressure 130, HB 80, leukocytes 12, blood glucose 6.4, urea 50 millimole, and creatinine 1200. It's so high. And there is no urinary excretion. So the answer is uremic coma. Next question. A 26-year-old woman has been undergoing treatment for community-acquired pneumonia for 10 days. It is known that her husband had been treated for drug addiction. Sequential intravenous administration of amoxiclav, amoxicillin plus clavulanate plus levofloxacin combination and vancomycin in the prescribed dosage was ineffective. Within the last 2 days, the patient's dyspnea and intoxication acutely exacerbated. Bilateral pulmonary infiltrates are observed. What is the most likely cause of the medication is ineffectiveness, HIV infection and pneumocystic pneumonia, and her CD cells are less than 200. Next question and the last question for the video. A 35-year-old man complains of persistent enlargement of his peripheral lymph nodes that cause him no discomfort. The case history states that the first lymph nodes to enlarge were cervical, supraclavicular, and axillary. New groups of lymph nodes are soft and elastic on palpation, enlarged, painless, and not fixed to the surrounding tissue. What examination method would be the most informative for the early diagnostics of this disease is needle biopsy.